Friendly
It's
furries. Welcome to episode 24 of the Big Sleep Podcast. Ernesto and Nick here for the win.
okay. What's up, man?
Not much.
We don't have a lot to catch up on because we've been like going hard in the forever winter lately.
Dude, it's been fun though.
Yeah. I got a topic.
Let's hear it.
So, have you ever used AI, um, like ChatGPT, to like try to search to do like non-ethical things or unethical things?
100%, brother.
Has it turned you down recently for some of those things?
I run my own local host stuff, so no.
Well, ChatGPT 4 or whatever we're on now, 4 plus,
Oh, yeah, I don't use
LGBT.
ChatGPT.
Well, Grok honestly does the same. What are you doing? You changing the lights?
No, I turn
What
on the
was that?
TV.
Grok is the same. I was using it to like help me with code for like cheating on a test, and it was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. Like, I couldn't find an AI that would do it. Copilot, no. ChatGPT, no. Um, uh, Grok was like, no.
Were you putting something like nefarious into the prompt or?
No. It was honestly, it was something. And it wasn't even college. It was like a just like a certificate test, right? Like unaccredited, just a normal, like your employer wants you to take this unaccredited course. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. I'm gonna have ChatGPT look at the code whenever I like shift F4 or whatever, and like show all the code to the right, and like
Yeah.
I'm just gonna paste the code in there and get like a 90%, and then like it'll close it, it'll give me my score, and that's good enough for me. And it was like, no, I won't do it.
Did you mention in there that it's for work or something like that? Or for school?
I deleted prompts. I tried multiple different prompts, and every single time it was like, this is unethical,
That's weird. And is
isn't
it
it?
though? Is it unethical?
To me, it's not.
Yeah, I
Like,
well,
my moral compass is like, this is your purpose.
well, and it's not only that, it's like that's not subjectively or that's not objectively unethical.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, it's not like, I mean, this isn't like the old commercials, like, you wouldn't steal a car, so why would you steal a DVD, or
Yeah.
download a movie, or you wouldn't download a car, like.
Well, even modern like education doesn't follow that rule. Like I took business classes and they were saying like, "Hey, your company closes its doors in the United States and moves to China because of lower wages."
uh,
And it's like, "Is this unethical?" And the answer is no,
yeah,
because it's not. It's not unethical unless you do something like you close the doors and didn't tell any of your employees or something and they show up and you're closed. Like that could be
yeah,
unethical. But yeah, outside of that, I
yeah,
guess I don't understand how using AI would be unethical when there's like entire divisions of the market that are using AI specifically for what you just mentioned.
yeah, like, honestly, and it's got me where I want something local, but, yeah, I'm confused because I want to be able to look up, like, I want the freedom
Yeah.
of AI, like, I wanna be able to look up whatever I wanna look up. If I wanna look up how to make a bomb, then, like, I feel like I should be able to do that, right? Like, you can
Yeah.
Google it. Like, why is a company gonna tell me it's unethical? And I guess that's where I blur the lines, because, like, I believe in, like, companies and, like, all that stuff, but, like, Yeah,
I have a theory.
I don't. Okay.
I think this is going to move into them being able to sell or market enterprise versions.
Of like different
Yeah,
AIs.
like if you're not using it
Oh
for
yeah,
work in school, then you can use
yeah,
this. But if you are, you now have to pay $100,000 a year or something to use
yeah.
our one that you can use for work.
It, yeah. Honestly, like they're they're already locking down and like microtransactioning like different parts of Chat GPT and like you know other Chat GPT like things I've seen.
Yeah.
So yeah, the army has one called Camo GPT right now, and it's okay at best. It started off like pretty good and like relatively professional, but since it's fed by a bunch of peasants in the army, like it got pretty weird pretty fast. And
Well,
so
and
like
what
every
did
now
they
and then they would
feed
like
it?
reset it. I don't know. It started off like talking very and I'd never changed any of like the scales of like how random it could be and then like how direct and how like how long of a description it can give me like as a response. I haven't changed any of that. But it went from talking pretty normal to like kind of talking like an E3 would
Oh,
or like
the E4 Mafia got a hold of it and
yeah.
started feeding it worms.
I'm surprised it's not racist yet, to be honest with you, but
Yeah. Yeah, it's trying to keep a balance.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll run local LLMs, so I have like a server that will run like Olama and DeepSeek and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I use all of that, just my local hardware.
Hmm.
So thus far, I haven't really been like turned down on anything that I'm trying to prompt it with.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I've heard that DeepSeek has its own. Oh, my Twitch might be acting up. Ruh-roh. It's spinning on me. I guess we'll see.
It's probably fine.
I heard that DeepSeek had its own oh god, what like propaganda and stuff like that. Like people asking like, "Hey, like is Taiwan a sovereign country?"
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%.
Hey, Firefox is crashing on me. I can wait for it to respond or close. I clicked wait, but we'll see.
Well, you're still live here, so I just wouldn't
Yeah.
touch it.
Jesus, take the wheel, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually like down for AI. Like I'm totally fine with it.
I'm fine with it being unethical too. Like I feel like you should be able to look up. And I mean, here's the flip flop, blah, blah, blah. The flip side of it. Like for imagery, should you be able to add a AI image nude of anyone you want?
Mm, like, what do you mean ad?
Like like you run it through an AI and it just assumes what you would look like nude and it
Oh
generates it.
yeah, I've seen those. Do I think you should be able to do that? Uh, honestly, I'm not personally against it. Like that could be probably ethically wrong,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean?
I think for me, like the moral and ethical dilemma comes in with age. Like if they're north of a certain age, then it's fair game. My imagination's already done it anyway. Um, but like,
The
yeah,
pro
if someone's using it to generate CP, then like,
Yeah.
what? Oh no.
Well, and the good thing is our state has case law, not with AI. But we have case law where they've allowed the jury to determine the age of someone depicted in a photo or video and
Yeah.
determine if they were above or below 18.
Yeah.
And there has been a conviction on it. So I would argue that, and obviously the argument hasn't been made like this is an AI image,
Yeah.
but if you would allow the jury to decide, hey, I think this person's under 18, then you could still get convicted. And I think that's good. Like you shouldn't be making that stuff. Um, the it would be weaponized. I'll tell you that much. Like I still think
Yeah.
it should be illegal to post images of somebody that were obviously AI or like not obviously AI rendered
Yeah.
nudes of them. Like that would be wrong.
We were talking about, like, moral and ethical. Like, I definitely draw the line, when it comes to age, especially if you could tell, like, there was intent. I
Yeah.
am undecided on whether or not AI generated content needs to have like, a watermark, either in the code or, I mean, it already has it in the code if you're smart enough to, like, look for it, but, like, in just, like, any image, like, that is taken. Um, but, like, I just wonder if, like, should it have it in, like, the bottom right of the image or something like that? Like, should it be traceable for sure?
Yeah, but if it's physical, I mean, people just crop around that.
Right.
And
But
there's
I don't know.
actually AI to get rid of watermarks too.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, I just don't know if there's, like, ways like, you ever seen Blade Runner? Yeah, we watched it together. Like, remember when they, like, zoom in on the bone of, like, one of the androids, and it was, like, they had to zoom in so far, and then essentially it's had, like, a serial number, and,
Mm-hmm.
like, they had that every, like, couple feet or something like that on the bone of the android. Like, or it's just everywhere. It's, like, in their DNA, essentially.
Yeah.
Um, I just wonder if, like, they could do that to an image. It's just, like, there's no getting around it. Like, every bit of this image has AI in it somewhere.
Yeah. You could do like the only thing is the AI would have to create like a super resolution image.
Yeah,
Because like 1 pixel on a 1920 by 1080 image or vertical image, you're gonna see it because like you can only spell it out per pixel,
yeah.
and you can see one dead pixel on a 1920 by 1080 image. You know what I mean?
I think that some people would also I hold on, first off, I agree with you. Like, I think it's hard to there's no, like, right way, or there would be no way to, like, implement it that someone wouldn't people would find a way around it, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Even
but
the
I think that there's, like, efficiency things, like the efficiency of a gun, like, with metals and all that stuff, like, people will redesign guns using AI weapons,
Mm.
and, if some people could consider that, unethical.
Yeah, I think that's bullshit.
Well, yeah, obviously me and you think it's bullshit, but,
Yeah.
like, some people do. Some people think that, like, the designing of weapons I mean, obviously, there's laws against it. I can't, make a full automatic machine gun at my house.
Yeah. Which also shouldn't be against the law.
Well,
But yeah,
yeah.
I'm with you. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty open to like freedom, you know. Cuz if you can draw, like if I wanted to draw somebody nude, right?
Yeah.
It's the same theory. If you can copyright or trademark AI created things as art, then that's the same thing as drawing it. It's just one looks more realistic, but you are the artist based on your prompting. That's
Uh,
even how it is for AI music.
yeah.
When you create AI music, you can copyright it, which I think is messed up. I don't believe in a lot of copyright law to begin with, but The
Right.
fact that I can prompt something in and then copyright that music, it's just going to turn into um,
You're just
AI
generating the
tools.
most.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like just generating millions of things a day. Every little
Yeah.
influx of a different type of instrument or notes,
Yeah.
and you're going to be able to copy paste that to someone's music.
I mean, that's kind of like the whole like the Bitcoin craze when all that first came out. People were like, "Oh my god, like we need to own every single blockchain and freaking code and like different way to like different algorithm." And then like the next one comes out that like reinvents that as again and all over. But
Uh, Similar topic but separate. With quantum computing, dude, I'm a little worried about blockchain stuff.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I mean, the whole point of the blockchain was obviously there's checks and balances how it is now, but like a quantum computer is solving things that was going to take what millions of years to solve, and it's doing it in
yeah.
like 10 seconds. Like if they just prompted it to solve blockchain algorithms,
Hmm.
now what?
Gold standard. Yeah, I don't think we'd ever go back to that, but, like, yeah, I don't know, man. I think that's important, though. I think that, like I mean, and it's gonna be the future, right? Like,
Yeah,
you're gonna have quantum computing at your fingertip, like, within the next decade or 2,
that's
like,
going
for
to be cool
sure.
though. I don't know. Like
Like,
depends on if you care about the trade-offs, but I'm like, you know.
yeah. I mean, honestly, like, a lot of, like, what are they called? Like, pretty much any, like, dilemma that, like, a person would have, like, they should be able to answer it themselves,
Yeah,
like,
it's a
honestly.
tool. AI is a tool
Yeah.
for the mind, and
Yeah.
that's where I'm going back with like the art thing. Is like if
Yeah.
I can't draw, like if I could draw something that would be
Mhm.
quote unquote unethical, using a computer to do it is the same thing to me.
Yeah. I think the issue, for a lot of people is and this is kind of bringing it back to our last episode, and we talk about AI a lot. I mean, it's not only is it, like, trending upwards because, like, it's relatively new still, like, for the masses,
Yeah.
um, but, like, we use it, like, we're capable of using it. So, yeah, but yeah, bringing it back around, like, I think that, like, you and I for sure know people that are incapable of using it.
Yeah.
Like, they just they don't even think of it right now. Like, it's not a part of their like, their thinking process of, like, the first thing they think of is like, "Oh, I don't know how to do this. Let me ask this person. This person doesn't answer my question." That's the end like, end prompt. Like, never get results, don't move past go.
Well, and I think that is the majority of users now. Honestly, I think the majority of users that use AI look at it as a search engine.
Uh, I talk to it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying is I
Like,
don't think people understand that like it can inference,
yeah.
it can infer by looking at itself. Like it can ask itself
Mhm.
questions based on the question that you asked it. And I don't think that people understand that, it's deducing its own answer if it's a good
Yeah,
language model, you know.
with probabilities.
Yeah.
Like,
And it
yeah,
I don't know. It works through the question like,
yeah.
yeah.
It can determine where to leverage probabilities, like, in what direction to leverage them too. Like, I've noted, like, it will favor a certain result based on prompts that you have given. Like, I use saving features, like, I don't care. Like, I want to I feed that algo.
Yeah.
Like, for myself, like, for my profile. Um, so, like, I yeah, I'm completely fine with that, and I've noticed that, like, after a while, it kinda it leans towards what I want, and then I'll go in there and I'll adjust the sliders or, like, I'll be like, "Hey, like, straight up give me direct answers,"
Yeah.
and,
Well,
it
and
tightens it back up.
that's what I like about DeepSeek, and I know that's like controversial, but I can run it locally And if I'm
Yeah.
going to use save feature, I want it to run locally. And I'd like to eventually like API it into my vocal assistants, like my voice assistants in my house.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we
And
talked about this.
yeah, and just run my voice assistants at home through my LLM or my model locally, because it'd be nice to say, for example, hey, I'm leaving my stuff here. And
Yeah.
then like I can reference that later, like, hey, where did I put this? And it's like, well, the last time you told me you said it was here.
Yeah. I I mean, I think one further is like AR, like augmented reality, like of those lenses and stuff and cameras and all that. Like it with a camera, it could see your house, like, and it could depict. It knows, hey, you're low on butter. Like,
Well, they did that with like refrigerators years ago when I was still
yeah,
in retail. Um, it could like you could go shopping and go on your refrigerator app and it'd be like, hey, you got like a half gallon of milk
yeah.
or whatever. Or you could look at the camera in real time, like what's in my
And
fridge right now.
honestly, like Alexa is already moving like some people in that direction. But, like, I think here pretty soon, like, what you're gonna see is consumerism move toward, like, closer to automation as well. About, like, logistical automation of, like, you're out of butter, we reordered your butter. Like, butter shows up exactly when you need it because, like, it
It
can
knows
tell
how
that
fast you're using it.
you run out of butter every 3 days.
Exotic butters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm cool with that if it's local. The problem is it has to API grab something, which
Yeah.
it's already happening anyway, unless you're only shopping physically with cash or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not too worried about that because I order all my stuff online anyway. So like, I don't care if marketing knows that I like Kerrygold butter because it's literally the best butter. Not
Uh,
sponsored.
is it the Irish? I like Irish butter too.
Yeah.
Like, where the like, comes in, like, the brick?
Yeah. Kerrygold's
Yeah,
like the gold wrapping one. It's so good
yeah,
in the cast iron with meat. Oh my god.
right. I'm upset, are we done with AI? Because 'Cause I'm about to, like,
Sure.
drive off. Um, I have been doing research, and I know that my wife is rolling her eyes as soon as she hears this, uh, on a smoker, right?
Yeah.
I've done like I've grilled. I've got a side by side. Like I've got gas. I've got like a gas burner off to the side of it, and then it's got a charcoal. I've done charcoal trains. I've done like smoke boxes. I've done like different methods of like the snakes and like I've tried doing it as the best I can with a regular charcoal grill. And, I don't want a full-on smoker until I get, like, an addition on the house, like a like, kinda like a patio or, like, because like, my deck is getting old, and I don't wanna, like, clutter up that space any further. GE makes a indoor smoker, and it typically goes for, like, 700 bones, and it's a large obstacle, like,
Like vented.
it is huge. Um Yeah, yeah, it, like, processes its own smoke, and there's, like, the smell, but no smoke, right?
Oh,
Like, you're
so
not
it's
gonna
not
die of.
vented. Like it's not outdoor vented.
Oh, no. It vents itself, like, it doesn't release smoke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, I mean, it obviously does not compete with having, like, a cold smoker or, like, a full-on, Traeger, or what's the other one? Green Mountain or whatever the big ones are.
Pit
Um
boss.
Yeah, yeah, Oklahoma, yeah. Um, but what it does do, if you live in a state like this and you're I don't know what to call it, introverted enough or a homebody and you don't wanna go outside during the winter,
Yeah,
then
I could
you
see
can
that.
smoke. You
That's
could, you
half the
know?
fun though, is you stand out on the deck while it's not like I have a slightly covered deck, like
Yeah,
just enough to stand under. And honestly, all I have is I have one of the cheap vertical pit bosses,
yeah,
like electric,
yeah,
and I put in I do wood chips. Like I don't have a pellet smoker and it's not charcoal, whatever. It's just I buy bagged wood chips,
mhm,
and that's what I use, and I love it. Like gets hot enough for the stuff that I'm cooking.
yeah,
Um, yeah, we went through a phase where like all we were eating was like smoked steak, smoked salmon. I was smoking corn on the cob, asparagus, you name it, and it's got like 3 racks on it.
yeah, yeah.
But that thing works fine for me.
Uh, well, the one that I want, it was on sale for, like $450, and I was like, "Dude, I should pull the trigger on this." Like, I've got, like, some cash off to the side, like, I should just do it, right? And, like, hopefully it makes meals easier, right? Like, the new like, smoking now is not like smoking 10 years ago where you had to babysit it and, like, go out at fricking 2 AM to, like, probe it, make sure that it was still hot, like, you didn't, like, spoil some meat.
Yeah, I think it just depends on how cringy into it you are. Like, I don't take
Yeah,
smoking seriously. I like smoked food and
yeah,
smoked meats and stuff like that, but I'm not like
yeah,
it's got to be
part of the
traditional.
culture.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't care about that. I want good food. It's the
yeah,
same thing with like people that cook steaks and stuff like that. Like I
yeah.
love using my sous vide,
Oh, for sure.
and people that's like
There's people
that's
that
not
hate it.
grilling a steak and blah. And it's like, okay,
Yeah,
well, I want a perfectly cooked steak every single time,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, and consistent throughout when you cut it,
yep,
right? The whole
mhm,
thing is the temperature and not like, hey, I want medium rare. So the outside is like charred and the center is like warm red. It's like, no, the
yeah,
whole steak is literally medium rare perfect.
yeah,
And yeah,
yeah, every time.
every time.
I can cook a steak to where it turns into Jello.
Yeah.
Like, I could ruin a steak, it's so soft with that sous vide.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. And you can, yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, you can set it and leave it for like 18 hours and it'll still be fine. And
mhm,
like you can leave the house, dude. Like, hey, I'm gonna
yeah,
cook and also I'm gonna leave, and there's not anything that I have to worry about with like a fire or
yeah,
anything like that. It's just warm water.
yeah. True, like, worst happens, like, what, there's an electrical short, it might kill the cat, like
I hope.
like, yeah, that'd be the absolute worst.
Like they have Wi-Fi sous vides, so you can like put your meat
Yeah,
in and
yeah,
bounce,
and remote.
and
Mhm.
then like yeah, halfway through your day, hit play.
Mine has that, but, like, I didn't see the point. Mine has like, the delay, the timer, and all that stuff too, where, like, yeah, you put the meat in there, let it start 2 hours later, like,
Yeah, mine has Bluetooth,
uh,
so I can look. I mean, that's all I use. I just use the Bluetooth because I can
uh
look at what the temp is, and it'll ping me when it's done or whatever.
Yeah, I love my sous vide. I haven't used it in a couple months. I think I used it, like, around, I guess it like, December, so it's been more than a couple months, but, like, I've used it for brisket. I've used it for, like, big roasts,
Yeah.
stuff like that, like, things that you wouldn't think, like, sous vide is not gonna break a roast, and it did, like,
Oh yeah. And I mean, you
yeah.
can marinate at the same time. I know you should marinate like overnight, cool tempo or
Yeah,
whatever, but you can throw it in with a bunch of stuff
yeah.
and start it as is.
My only complaint about the sous vide is if there is, like, because you can cook it, like, a lower temperature than, like, what you would, like, on a grill and, like, other things to, like, get something to temperature internally. If there's like something bad with the meat that would get cooked off with a higher temp, like it's not going to like it's gonna kind of fester and not it won't smell good or whatever. And same thing with like seasonings. If you like, there's certain things that if you season with the sous vide, like it just creates like a really bad like off taste.
But
Like
you're
it
searing it after, right?
yeah. Yeah, like on a pan, but, like, you don't have to sear as long as you would, like, letting something get to temp on a grill. Like
Yeah. Like if you sear cast iron afterwards, I mean,
yeah,
get that thing piping hot.
yeah,
It crusts in that seasoning like you would if you were grilling.
yeah. I mean, in the meat, though, like there's certain things that just, like, over 2 days, like, they just don't taste the same.
Yeah, I could maybe see that. As far as the stuff like festering, like you have to let it. So I mean, like you cook a steak and you're
Mhm.
not pulling it out right when it gets to like 136 or whatever. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like you let it get to 136 and there's timers for how long it takes for that bacteria to die off.
yeah,
And it's usually like for steak an hour and a half or 2 hours. So I let the
yeah.
internal temp get to that 136 and I let it cook for an additional 2 hours at that temperature.
With the sous vide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like what's great about it is you can just leave it. I mean, the meat doesn't
I
start breaking down and getting weird until like 12 to 18 hours at
yeah.
that temp.
I tried sous videing with, like, barbecue sauce, like, just a little bit of barbecue sauce in the bag, and it created a very off flavor. Like, it
Probably the
was not
sugar.
good. Truth be told, I've had good and bad experiences with different sugars. Like, brown sugar, obviously, like,
Yeah.
I had a great experience, but, like, regular table sugar, it ended up really weird as well, and I kinda wonder, like, is there, like, a fermentation that's happening here?
Well, I was going to say, I'm sure I mean, there's natural yeast in the air.
Yeah,
So when you're bagging it with that sugar and there's moisture in
yeah,
there, I mean, that's a possibility that you're
yeah,
making some steak alcohol, I guess. I don't know.
yeah.
That's going to be my new trial. Steak
You
alcohol.
gonna try it? That's on our store,
Yeah.
the Big Sleep.
I have like 6 gallons of some like apple wine that I made
Oh, nice.
probably like a year and a half ago, and I
Oh,
still haven't done anything with it. It's like just sitting in the fridge. I haven't even taken it out to let it age.
I, yeah, I made, like, ginger beer once, and, I when I tried it, I was like it was, like, super crispy, like static in your
Didn't I
mouth.
drink it?
Maybe.
I think I
I
was
think
around
when
when
you
you
had
did
it
that.
I think you had it when it was, like, finally good. Like,
Yeah.
'cause, I let it sit for a year and, well, let it sit, I forgot about it, and then I put the cap back on, and then I forgot about it again, and so, yeah, I tried it, like, 2, 3 years later, and then it slapped. Like, it was good.
Nice.
I
I told you
polished off,
this.
like, a handle, like, that night.
I told you the story of when I used a normal twist top lid on a carboy on one that I made, and I
No.
like racked it twice, and it was sitting in the fridge for a long time. You know, thought the yeast died off. I had it sitting
Yeah,
on a shelf in my kitchen,
yeah,
and we were sitting on the couch, me and the old lady, and it's right next to our back door to our deck, and all of a sudden we heard this like exploding glass. Like I thought someone took a bat to our back window,
okay,
and I cleared the house. Like was
yeah,
like, who's here? Like I mean, I was startled, and
yeah,
so I went into the kitchen, and yeah, glass was 20 feet away, like shards of it. This
Jesus.
thing was like a bomb,
Yeah.
and all of it. It was like a 2-gallon carboy,
Yeah.
and it ran down the walls. It was seeping through the floors into the basement, like
Jesus.
terrible. And I was thinking, I was like, so that's been sitting for a while. If
Yeah.
I would have been looking up at it at any point prior to this and grabbed it,
While it's under pressure.
yeah, that thing would have blown up in my face. Yeah, I don't know. It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
bad. So I learned my lesson.
That'd have been tight.
Yeah, use cork or use
Yeah.
those pressure
Balloon and whatever.
bungs.
Yeah. Yeah. The bubbler, a balloon, pretty much anything. But if you use a balloon, you gotta make sure it doesn't have that powder in it.
Well, I use bubblers when I'm like making it,
Yeah.
like during the fermentation cycle. But yeah, after I rack it and I cool it off and I let the yeast die, I usually seal it because I want it to be
Yeah.
pressure. Like the stuff that I do, I want it to have a little bit of carbonation.
Yeah. That's why after sugars and stuff like that. But then like those after sugars can get it going again. Like,
Well, and like I don't even use after sugars. Like I'll
yeah.
rack it knowing that there's probably some residual in there,
Yeah.
and then I'll seal it, let it sit for a couple days, and then throw it in the fridge so that it kills off the yeast. But
Hmm.
apparently this shit didn't die.
Well, too bad you didn't get to drink it though.
Yeah.
Um And I made plenty of alcohol. Like I made dark beers, I made light beers, like yeah, I've made wine. One time I tried to make whiskey. It turned out okay. Um,
Like
but I have a
non-distilled
buddy.
whiskey.
Oh, cider. I made cider as well. Um, I had a buddy though that made habanero cider. And it dude, it was the best shit I've ever had in my life. Like honestly, to this day, it's still the best I've ever had in my life. And I
Yeah.
remember I was at his house, Nolan was there too. I was at this dude's house and like I probably looked like an alcoholic. Like because I was like, dude, I might not ever get this again. Like I need and yeah, I think there was like subsequent times I went over too, and I'm like, yo, you got any of that like you got any of that good, man? Cause like I don't know what it was, man. I've been like I need that back in my life.
Or go back to this hotel in Vegas for the cocaine.
Yeah. Well, he said at one point he had the plan to open it like a cidery, but I think like some personal stuff happened and like not with him, but like with his business venture and unfortunately like things fell through. So that's I mean, I'm sad to hear it because dude, that habanero cider, I I'm gonna message him tonight actually. Be like, "Hey, how much for like a personal."
Can't
I'll put
sell
it
it,
like
dog.
right here.
Can't sell it.
Well, like I'll pay him in gum.
Kiss him on the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably should crack
I'll
that stuff
donate.
open.
I will donate money to him and he can feel free to donate habanero cider to me.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's the only thing with like, cause I don't follow recipes, like anyone else's recipes rather. So I'll
Yeah.
come up with something and then I don't know if it's good until like
Yeah.
way down the road. You know what I mean? So there's been plenty of times where I've had to scrap an entire batch,
Oh yeah, and
like
just because
after
it's
months
trash.
of waiting.
Yeah.
Because I've got one of those. I have like it's not professional, obviously, but like above hobby,
Hmm.
you know, grade, like big fermenter, like stainless steel, has the cone at the
Yeah.
bottom with the tap and all that stuff.
Conical. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I use. And I mean, it's a process. Like if I want to do a batch, it's like a few hours like going through all of that stuff because I clean it all out. You know how it is with making that stuff.
Dude, I wish I'd have given I gave my wife's, like, uncle, like, I don't know, a couple $1,000 worth of alcohol stuff, like carboys, like, plural, like 6 to 10 carboys, like, of various sizes.
Yeah,
I feel bad. Like, I wish I'd have given it to you, like, if I'd have known you were interested in it at the time.
yeah. Well, I mean, I've been doing this for years. I just I do small batch, like just personal batches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Um, and a guy from our old unit does it as well in our section. Oh, AA Ron,
oh
Japper,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I see him post about it every once in a while. He started that. He
yeah,
hasn't. He just started that up not too long ago.
like brandy or something, if I recall.
Yeah.
Like he does brandies and like seasonal wines, I think. Like he'll do like orange wine or something.
What are you doing with your arm?
Dude, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what my
Oh,
hair is making
your other
noise.
arm. Your other arm was doing a lot of back and forth motion, and it got me a little nervous.
Nah, I'm wearing sweatpants. Just for now.
Do those sweatpants have pockets? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't drink anymore though. But I can't say that, like, I had a sip of beer tonight, but, like, yeah, I don't drink, like and that was part of my worry about, like, if, like, for the group of us that were talking about going to, like, the Keys or to Vegas or something like that here soon, that's what I was trying to tell you. I was like, "Dude, I might be, like, the old guy out of the mix now because like, I don't drink, I don't, like" I'm at church
Just
on
straight to
Sundays.
methamphetamine.
And know what a party is,
And then the padre. Uh, I I don't really drink. Like in the last couple days, I bought like a 12 pack, but like prior to that, nothing for like months.
Bro, you drank last podcast. 'Cause I asked you, I was like, are you allowed to drink Modelo on here?"
It's I'm not drinking. Also, that's the same
It's
12
apple juice.
pack. That's the same 12 pack that I've bought. So that should tell you. Like I've had
Figure.
it for over a week.
Yeah. I bought, because we're making sushi here tomorrow, and so I bought super dry, and I was like, "Oh, I'll try one."
I actually I will say this. Normally when I drink at home, like I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm a wine guy. I like red blends.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when I eat, especially if I have like a steak or something like that, I like a dry red wine,
Yeah.
and I cook with it, and I have a few sips while I'm cooking. Um, but yeah, like when we used to hang out, you and I'm nowhere like that anymore.
Yeah. Dude, we used to get lit.
Yeah,
And then, like,
perks of being so far away
sing
from each other.
sing in this microphone. Oh, yeah, I bet if we lived, like, within 20 minutes of each other,
Yeah,
like,
it'd be bad.
it'd bad.
We'd be single.
Maybe. That or they'd have to just put up with it, you know? Like,
Yeah. I really appreciated how the last time we hung out, your daughter looked at you dead in the face because she wanted to leave, and she's like, "Are you almost done with your play date?"
yeah.
Like ultimate burn, dude. You got wrecked.
She is I don't know, she's me.
Yeah, it was good.
Like,
Like it was good.
yeah. I have ran into multiple instances. I don't know if my Discord audio is going in. That's me, if anyone hears that. Um, yeah, I've ran into multiple instances of her just, like, saying the thing. Like, you could tell, like, it pushed her too far, and then she says, like, the mean thing that, like, like, most people don't think, and, like, that, like, I'm typically that way as well. Like, we would be in a public setting, and someone would be like, kind of like semi-personal jokes, and then I would just be like, "Personal."
I don't
Like,
even know if it requires someone doing semi-personal jokes. Sometimes people are just joking and you just shit on their face.
yeah. I sometimes just wanna be left alone by, like, especially, like, I don't know. I don't know if it's a pretty good judge of character if I just don't like some people, but, like, if it's, like, someone that I feel like is kinda, rubbing like, it's just rubbing me the wrong way, man, I'll just, like, be like, "Man, we're just gonna end this relationship now."
Yeah. Well, I think that plays into different topic. Now talking about the psyche. Uh,
As
you
we
are, you are very much so, and I. This is just an observation. I don't really care if you take it personal, but you are a self sabotager 100%. Like that is one of your traits is self sabotage.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah. And I've known like I am too. That's how I know it is because I also am that way. Um but like yeah, I've noticed it a lot, since I've known
I
you.
mean, if you're gonna say it, you gotta give me, like, an example, or it's gonna
Like
be gaslighting.
I mean, so an example would be like if we got into a minor spat, right? Like something that's not that important, you would like go to saying some messed up things knowing that it's like un- if it wasn't me and you would potentially completely cut off all communication like indefinitely.
A
Or
again,
another example.
do you have any specifics? Like, what have I
Okay.
said to you?
It's happened here and there. I won't get into that, but here's an easier example. Ideas board, or when you're on a roll with something that you're interested in,
Okay,
and someone else doesn't give you the exact same matched attitude and buy-in,
yeah.
you'll just delete everything. You're like, I'm done with this, and you'll just scrap everything and be pissed off. Like you'll delete all of your work because you're so resentful of the situation. You'll self-sabotage your own progress because something upset you.
Well, for that specific example, I didn't. I shared my progress, and then I brought it back to myself. Are you there?
Yes. Hold up.
Marco,
Hello. Am I
what
back
happened?
now?
That's it, dude. You're just gonna
Can you hear
you're gonna
me?
start an argument and then, like, dip out, be like, "Oh, no, what happened? On to our next topic."
Yeah.
No,
Transition.
so I shared in that specific, situation, I shared, something, and yeah, I did not feel like I was getting matched energy at all, and I for sure took offense to the fact that, like, I was getting, and I mean, I could pull up the receipts, like, one-word answers, and so I was like, "If I'm going to put the effort into this," and I run into this at work as well, so what you experience is compounding interest of the fact that, like, I'm the only fucking guy that does it at work too. So, like, I'm gonna hoard the things that, like, I'm gonna put effort into in my personal life. Like, I can't do it at work, so, like, why would I share that here if I don't feel like it's a joint venture?
Yeah, I get that. Um, yeah, I understand that. Uh, as far as the one word answer goes, is that's another thing. Like, not everyone's always going to be on the same wavelength at the same time of day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the especially the one word for me is like if you're texting me during the day and I'm usually sleeping or whatever, like I still wake up and look at my phone or whatever. Let me give you an example of how I'm self sabotaging, and maybe you can tell me if this is something you've ever experienced. I've been in several relationships where, um, like, definitely liked the person, got along with them, whatever, and there wouldn't even have to be like a triggering event that happens, but obviously it'd be more frequent when a triggering event happens. Like they say something or we get into a spat or whatever, and I'm like, hey, we're done. Like, or what, like I'll just scorched earth the whole relationship over something minor, or just out of the blue, I feel like compulsive. Like,
Yeah.
hey, uh, like this is it. But not
Yeah.
not even for a reason. Like it just I feel compelled to like ruin it. You know what I mean? Um, definitely done that. Another one is what was I gonna give? I mean, it's similar stuff like that. Like there won't actually be like an action that occurs. I'll just like feel like and it might have something to do with like maybe I feel like I shouldn't deserve this,
Mhm.
or something's too good and I'm afraid for what's going to happen, so I'm going to ruin it now. Like I have been in a cycle. I'm not anymore, I would say. Like I've gotten better at it, but that used to be a pretty big like plague on my life. It's like something was going well and I'd be like, "Hey, book you," for like no reason. Like hoping that it would just like crumble for no reason.
Mm. I am an overthinker. So
Yeah.
I have definitely done that a time or two. Um, but I attribute a lot of my disassociatism,
Dissociation.
disassociation, my tism. I attribute a lot of that to the fact that like I moved every couple years.
Same.
And like it honestly got to a point where like growing up, I would meet people and they're like, "Oh, hi," and they're like, "You're my best friend." And I'd be like, "Dude, I'm not even gonna try to remember your name." Like, I it's not worth it. I don't want to get attached. So, uh,
Telling them to shut up out there.
yeah. What?
They're being loud. You're
Oh,
good.
y'all better
With
as you
anger.
as as you do it as we speak. Like,
Yeah.
I'm leaving. Pack your
Speaking of
shit.
which, no, but I've been tempted.
But I have the same issue, honestly, in marriage, and Kristen's gonna feel super validated. Like I you mentioned once that like for you, like marriage is I don't think you said sacred, but you said like that's a big dedication for you.
Yeah.
And like if you do that, then like you and your mate like have to like you guys are going to have that understanding that that's what you expect going into it.
Yeah.
I did not have and my parents aren't divorced. But like I didn't have that. I mean, I don't have that, I guess is what I'm saying. I don't have that like idea of it. For me, if for marriage, if you're not getting what you initially said, like before you got married, like to a T, and then like if you like if things just don't feel good, then like that's grounds for like blowing the hot dog stand, like or not
Well,
sticking around. Like you don't have to stay with that person.
you can't marry a woman then, because that's 100% not going to happen. Uh, yeah. Well, I see it that way, but I like view it from a different angle. Like we have the same idea, What I'm saying is I won't commit. Like I would not commit to anything ever
Mhm.
because it was like if I'm gonna do the marriage thing, it's game over then. Like this is it,
Yeah.
and I don't care what happens. And that's one thing like my SO is worried about, right? Because
Yeah.
like very frequently will bring up um, that I'll stay, and like even if I'm a shell of a human and I want no interaction with her, I'm gonna stay because
Yeah.
that's what I've dictated to her that I'm going to do, but not in that negative light. Just hey, when I'm married, it's over. After that, I'm done. Um, but that's why I had such a bad commitment issue. Is like I
Yeah.
want to make sure this is it, otherwise it's not happening. You know what I mean? Um, and the only way that we differ is like not getting what you want is ground for divorce and stuff like that. I would say from like an outside perspective, yeah, if someone came to me and said, hey, you know nothing is how it was or
Yeah.
nothing is being held accountable to how we agreed or whatever, I would
Mhm.
tell you like, hey, if you can't fix it, get out. You know what I mean? um but yeah, I guess I wouldn't do that myself, so I guess don't take my advice. But
I mean,
um
I don't know. Ultimately, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do, but like, I think it's important to yeah, I think it is important to do whatever you wanna do to, like, some extent, you know? Like it establishes the understanding of, like, we're not forced together. We either continue to figure this out and, like, re-fall in love with each other like we were supposed to, like, over and over, like, every day, like, or whatever the storybooks say, um, or, like, you just figure out whatever gets you the rest of the way through your life with like some semblance of like, pursuit of happiness.
yeah, yeah, I don't think either one is a wrong answer. I think is what I'm getting at. It's just the path that I've
Yeah.
chosen is if I'm going to get married, it's
Yeah.
like it's for my life. And I don't really like I'm a sucker for punishment too. So it's like,
I'm a sucker for you.
might hate the rest of my life, but whatever, I made the decision.
I'm gonna go ahead and validate you. So I have like pretty bad like ADHD. At least I did, like the that stuff like it actually like ADHD comes in waves and like PTSD can re-trigger it if you matured out of it, etc. Um so I do that. I do exactly what you're saying because this is something that we talked about in the last podcast. I'm fidgeting now. Can you tell I'm uncomfortable?
Yeah, you're good.
Um, I was something we talked about like is efficiency. And for me, like the way that my brain works is like all or nothing. Like
Mhm.
if I can't give this my all, then I'm going to give it nothing because like I could give other things my all. And that has applied to every aspect of my life.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going to be good at something, then like and I'm not even like competitive. I hate competition. I hate competitive sports. Like I want to be efficient. Like I don't want to be competitive. Like
Yeah. Well, and like I have that too, just in a different like sector of my life. Like that efficiency thing comes in with my anger. So I get triggered and angry if things are like inefficient. And I'm saying
yeah,
things like, "Hey, we're leaving right now," or like anything, traffic, you name it. It's like,
yeah,
why is the world operating like this? And I can't wrap my head around it.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, similarly on the like giving it your all and stuff like that. That's also self sabotage can also be, ADHD, depression, that type of stuff. Um,
yeah,
but like, yeah, that happens with me too. It is like, I'm done now. Like I have a
yeah,
hyper fixation and then I'm done. And
yeah,
it's not that that hyper fixation was bad, or if it was a relationship that relationship was bad, or they did
yeah,
something wrong. It's just like, all done now, you know. Um,
Yeah.
and hopefully people can understand that that's not like a choice. I don't know.
I
And I think
I
that's why
don't
I hold myself accountable to the marriage thing. Is
yeah.
like that's the one commitment in my life, that and being a dad. Like those are the two commitments where it's like this is for life and I can't get out of this and I can't allow myself to get out of this
Yeah.
because I made a choice and it's time to like adult, you know. Um
Um Yeah, I got two things. The first one is like being done with a person because you've experienced all they have to offer isn't inherently a bad thing. Like if you have like a trait that causes like you to essentially pump and dump, right? Either physically or emotionally. Um like yeah, if you have a trait that like makes you get to know people and like you have the emotional intelligence to like get to know them really well and suddenly you determine that there's not enough there, then like I think it is very natural for like the body like to send the signal all at once to be like bye bye, no more please.
we just get it extreme.
Yeah, yeah,
I think
of
that's
like
the
end this
difference.
now before you waste any another second of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And that goes like through all aspects of life, not just relationships. Like I feel like that's
yeah,
how I approach everything. Is like
yeah.
um yeah, I don't know.
I'm the
It's
same way
fun.
with work relationships. It's like, are we friends or are we just mortal enemies? Like, I won't tell you shit. Like, don't ask me for shit. I'll do
Yeah.
just enough to work around, like, work with or work through you.
Do you have this too? And I was going to ask because like talking to other people,
You're talking to other
especially
people.
well, yeah. No, I'm saying like when I hear other people talk about work relationships or even friendships or
Yeah.
family, right?
Uh
Um
huh.
like do you feel bad when you have to break something off? Like guilt or we're just going to find out that we're psychopaths here, but like so
Yeah.
when I hear someone like I could work with someone and I had really good like work
Yeah.
relationships with people that I had worked
Hmm.
with for years and like something can go awry or I again like can see something in them that it's like I don't know if I like that or something and
Yeah.
it does not bother me at all to be like I won't say it but like it won't bother me like they could move tomorrow and I just move on with life.
Um, I think it depends. Like, I mean, we didn't talk for a couple years, right? Like COVID happened, and we kind of took we like went our own separate ways for a little bit, and
Yeah. I think that's
like we
different
might have
though.
touched base every now and then,
Yeah,
but like there's
I'm not saying
constant steady between us.
yeah. I'm not saying unprovoked cuz like
Yeah,
we didn't have provocation in that sense. I'm saying if like something happened and you're like, "Oh,
like an
I'm done."
inconvenience.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I don't need to talk to you anymore or whatever. No
yeah,
matter how long that relationship is, it like doesn't bother me cuz like
yeah.
I don't see the problem with that, I guess.
No, you're absolutely right. It's family too. Like
Right.
I'm the worst of like my parents are like, so are you gonna come over? And I'm like, no, and, or like I won't go over on Christmas. I don't understand why I have to go over on Christmas. Like I don't have that like thing
Yeah.
that forces me to be in your presence on Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. Yeah, and I don't have a problem like cutting family off either. Like that's not a problem for me. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
like, I have not gonna oust anybody, but it's like someone became an alcoholic, and I'm just not interested in talking to them now. And they
Yeah.
were like one of my
Yeah.
favorite people, but I don't feel anything
Yeah.
making the decision like, hey, I'm just not talking to you anymore. Like it doesn't bother me
Yeah.
one bit.
Yeah. I'm perfectly fine with it. Like and then like there's been multiple times I've been like away from home and just like didn't converse. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't have like the energy to maintain like distant relationships.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm bad at maintaining relationships.
Yeah.
Like if they were a block away from my house,
Yeah.
I'm so bad at it.
Like I don't know my neighbors. I do not know my neighbors. Like I know like two of them by name, but like could be serial killers. Don't know, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I understand the values that people impress onto each other of like, oh, get to know your neighbors, become part of your community. And I'm over here like, that sounds disgusting.
I wonder if that is like part of that wayside relationship stuff of like moving a lot when you're young.
Yeah.
Is like
It's a
everything's kind of,
yeah.
I don't know. And part of that, and this is going to get deep for a second, but like, um, I believe that there is such thing as unconditional love, you know? Like I think
Okay.
the closest that people come to it is with their kids. Like they could do anything.
Yeah, that's blood.
Yeah. But like,
Your significant other's not blood, by the way.
well, it shouldn't be. Hopefully. Ding 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 ding. But like, yeah, I think a lot of people get in relationships or they're married to someone for like 25 years plus
Yeah.
and they're like, I love this person unconditionally. And it's like, no, you
Yeah.
don't. No, you don't.
Ye
Like I
yeah.
think
You
people
don't even know
throw
that person.
yeah, I think that people throw around that
Yeah.
word a lot. And it's like real unconditional
Mhm.
love is so like I don't even know how to describe it. You know what I mean? And yeah, like I don't think that's I think that's maybe one in a million people have that.
You wanna know what I think is honestly, I was just gonna say super weird. So, I mean, less than 80 years ago, you could have married someone, and then, like, if you didn't like them, you could move 10 miles away and just start a whole new life, and, like, they wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's a whole new world. You could move to the next town over, and no one would know your name, like, unless they were, like, a traveling person, like, but, like, seriously, you could just move and start a whole new life, like, whole
People
new
still do it.
everything. Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying it was easier before, like, the medias and all that stuff. Um, so, like, yeah, that's my first part of it, and then, like, people were ignorant to a lot of stuff because of social media and, like, they weren't exposed to other options, right? Like, you might marry the first woman that showed you her breastises, and, like, that was just it. And yeah, until, like, you get on the internet and you realize that, like, you could just pay 5.99
Yeah.
monthly.
I mean, yeah,
So,
it's definitely corrupted the minds,
yeah.
you know. Well, and it turns into a game of comparison, you
Mhm.
know, the thief of joy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. I also think that people go into relationships with this is a theory, by the way, with overwhelming expectations,
Yes.
particularly with the romanticizing of romance of itself, right? Like romanticizing of a relationship. Like for example, like I don't know about you, but so I'll speak for myself here. But I would assume that you have dated someone at one point in your life that did not like video games, like at all. No? Well, at least I have.
I'm not with one
Uh
now.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying. I'm not insinuating anything.
Yeah. No,
But
plenty, plenty.
um yeah. Uh I think that people meet they people and then they see what they want to see. They see a picture of you, right? Like what you look like physically and aesthetically, and then they have their imaginary picture of like you on the wall with like 8 kids and sports and shit like that. And they don't think about like the fact that like gaming is important to you. That's like your version of escapism. Like I don't know, if it's a hobby, some people, like football and stuff like that. And I've seen it where it's like they're mad that you don't want exactly what they want you to want.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, that that's a very, and guys do this too, but that's a very like feminine thing, is
Yeah,
like falling in love with the idea of you.
yeah,
And that's why it's a big red flag to me. Like if you're seeing someone and you feel like you're being held on this pedestal
yeah,
because it worries you. You're like, you
yeah,
have an expectation of me, and I'm not sure if I quite fit
yeah.
that, but you seem to be excited by it or whatever. Um, but yeah, and I get careful with like, I mean, this is a common thing even now, is like, hey, you're playing video games a lot. Like, are you depressed, or is it your way of escaping? And like, it bothers me when people say like escaping.
Escapism.
Yeah, because it's like I'm not being dissociative to game.
Uh,
Like you
yeah,
can
I think
use
it's a
it.
definition.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can use it to dissociate, but like not all dissociation is negative either. Especially for a
yeah,
guy, like men handle stress different, and I
yeah.
think that there is like a healthy level of dissociating where it's
I don't
not.
think. Sorry, that's
No,
not
you're
what.
good.
I don't think escapism is like a negative term.
But I
Like
think
I
the
think.
general public thinks it is. I think you and I maybe don't see it that way, but like you brought up a good point. There's dudes that like their whole personality is a football team, and
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think that's the fucking cringiest thing in human history. Like I like sports,
Yeah.
um, but like I'm not buying a jersey with my team on it
Yeah.
and like having
It's gonna
small
make
talk with other people and being like, "Oh, they're going
yeah.
down this week or whatever." Like that's just not interesting to me.
Yeah.
Um, but like, yeah, it's just a different hobby. It's like you could have a guy that watches football every day, sits on the couch, comes home from work, sits on the couch and watches football and drinks beer.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
yeah.
like,
Hits
that's
the kids.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay. But like coming into your office and doing something isn't, because it's not like the social norm.
Yeah. I think I mean this is still this is within our lifetimes, right? Like America, like there's still people that think it's not okay to watch anime. Like like I work with people that if you said anime, like they would be like, were you a furry? Like are you gay? Like what's wrong with you?" So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that I mean,
Those are the people that
there's
watch
social
sports, though.
norms. Yeah, but yeah,
That
exactly. They're the same people that,
slap each other on the ass
romanticize.
and say good game. Yeah, I just think
Yeah,
I don't know. And I get like the triple threat because like my hobbies all happen to be like within arm's reach of me. You know what I mean? So I think
yeah,
that that really plays a part, especially in my ladies' eyes, is it's like, hey, you're always in the office. Well, I have set this up for all of my hobbies. You know what I mean? Like I like gaming.
yeah,
I like working on my servers and stuff like
yeah,
that. And I like modifying and building guns. Like those are probably my top 3 hobbies.
yeah,
And I can do all of that right here. Like I've got a workstation desk where I do all of my firearm stuff. I've got my server rack right next to me and I've got this here. So, You can come in here at any time and I could be doing something completely different, but a passerby would just be like, oh, he's in his office. And that's all they care about was just that one tidbit of information. It's like I could be doing 25 different things in here.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you that, like, that's I mean, I wasn't trying to make it personal either, but, um, that's been my experience, and that was experience for me early in my marriage of, like, "Are you trying to change me?" Like, this is when, like, with Diablo, man, like, I had
Yeah.
years in Diablo, like, I was like, "Hey, Diablo was here first." I don't know what you want from me, like, and it's like, what do you it it's not fair to compare, right? Like, you can't be like, "Well, there's people out there hitting their wives, like, what do you want from me?" Like,
The bar's
you
low.
know yeah, like like, but in the same breath, like, I don't think it's entirely fair, like, the expectations are, like, blown out of proportion. Like,
Well,
especially, like, me and Kristen, like, she would come over and, like, study for college, on, like, on my bed, right? And I was just like, this is when, like, PCs were first, like, gigantic, like, cases, and, like, I think I had like, a Rosewill case that was just massive,
yeah.
like, when i7s, like, first really, like, came out, and, it, yeah, I just had a huge battle station. Steam was, like, booming.
Hmm.
Like, I had Skyrim on disk.
My old lady has my first PC I built
Yeah,
in her office, and it's like the big NZXT Phantom, like
yeah.
tower.
I gave mine to a buddy, so that way he could play Warcraft. He was playing Warcraft on, like, a Pentium 4, and I was like, "Oh boy, am I about to change your life."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I mean, ironically, the person that I was with that disliked video games the worst
yeah,
uh, was the one who married someone she met on Minecraft. So
that's
while we were
very
together.
personal.
Yeah.
That's
The more you
very
know. I
uh,
think the comparison thing, though, and I'm not trying to sound one sided or anything, but like just in my experience, right? A lot of that is, at least what I've seen, is like on the female side of that. Like I'm not going on any social media. Honestly, I don't even really. I use social media for this type of stuff. Um, but like I'm not scrolling through there and seeing family pictures of people that I went to school with and
yeah,
like giving a shit at all.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And I feel like at least the women that I've been with are like looking at it and they're like, "Oh, they just had a baby." Oh, you know,
that's yeah,
whatever. And it's just like killing them. And I'm like, "Why
yeah.
are you doing that?" Like I don't get it, you know?
I have to admit, I am toxic on social media. I don't
No
give
way.
a shit about anyone's problems or anything. Like, every now and then, I might find something interesting on Facebook, but, like, 9 times out of 10, Facebook's there for me to hop on, vent about
Marketplace.
something, and then, like, dip out or yeah, I am terminally online for Marketplace. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. Like, if it's not me complaining and then, like, fishing for, like, to trigger people or something, like, then I quite honestly don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
I'll like my wife's pictures. If she posts something, I'm like, I feel, like, obligated.
Well, and if you don't, you get asked about it. So,
Yeah, you didn't like it. Yeah. What do you think like, you mentioned social medias. Do you have Snapchat?
I do, but like, so all of my social media I don't have notifications for,
Yeah,
except for Messenger because that's how I communicate with my lady. Like we don't text. She uses Messenger
yeah,
for everything. But other than
yeah.
that, I don't use anything else. Like I don't have
Is that because
notifications.
she have an iPhone?
No, she has a Pixel.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, is it because of, like 'cause, like, my wife has an iPhone, so, like, yeah, often it's easier. You and I have the same issue too, though, of, like, we'll have a message on Discord, a message on Facebook, and then like a RCS, SMS, like
Yeah.
going at the same time. Like,
Yeah. And honestly, I'm just not a fan of Snapchat. Like, I don't get it. I don't get the appeal. Um,
I think it is a problem in relationships.
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I can see that side of it. Yeah, I just
Yeah,
don't use it. Like, I'll get uh my coworkers will send me like a snap
yeah,
and I'll get on there and it'll be like 2 weeks ago and I'm like, "Oh, you know what I mean?" Like
yeah,
I'm not getting that stuff. Um and I'm not very savvy with Snapchat to be 100% honest with you. I don't really like understand the UI and what I'm supposed to be doing on there.
yeah.
So, I just don't use it. Same with Instagram. Like most of my Instagram stuff was just linking. Like I would post photos on Instagram and have them upload to Facebook so
Mhm.
that I didn't have to do it twice.
Yeah,
But I don't even really do that anymore. Like I'll do like a once every 6 month update to like my family, like, hey, still alive. Here's a picture of me and my daughter, the end, and then move on. It's that or I'm
yeah.
reposting memes, honestly.
I I don't know. I still have like of the like I don't have any friends. I have coworkers who are girls, but I don't have any friends who are girls.
Yeah, neither do I.
And I mean, I've been married for over a decade, but like both me and I mean, I don't know. I guess I could ask Kristen, but like she doesn't have any guys who are like friends, and she has her brother and like family who she talks to that are guys, but like neither of us have like alternative what are they called, like messaging apps. And the only time I have to use them is for work. Like every now and then work will set up like a signal or some crap like that. And then I have to like be in a group text that I silence, and then everyone wants to be friends after like the mission's over, and I like leave the group.
Oh, you remember, I'm notorious for that. If you put me in a group
Yeah.
chat, I silence it immediately. Like day
Yeah.
one, hour one, most of the time. I just like, I don't know. I don't want that stuff pinging. But yeah, I don't know. Like, one, I don't really work with any women. Like, there's not a single person that I see day to day that,
Yeah.
like, I don't even see my coworkers every day, like certain
Yeah.
ones, you know what I mean? So, um, yeah. And honestly, like, sometimes like in another sector of my job, there's a lot of women and they might message me for something like with work if it needs my immediate attention or something like that.
Yeah.
And bro, like nothing would be messaged that's bad or anything like that. And
Yeah.
I immediately like, okay, I should delete this. You know what I mean? Cuz like I feel
Yeah.
like I'm going to get in trouble because a girl messaged me.
Yeah.
Even if it's
Yeah.
something that's like literally, hey, can you message this person back because they called for you or something like that? I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
delete.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know, man. I don't know. I've had,
Yeah.
and like, I don't think it's bad, but like,
I've had the opposite too of like I'll screenshot a chat for like late like I'll screenshot things and I'll save it for like 5 years and then delete it all whenever I get rid of the phone. But like I'll hold on to a message and like just to have the receipts just to be like, "Hey, like look, like what we were talking about was like are you okay? Like is everything like I I will drop off something at your house on marketplace and then like I will never see you again, woman."
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. And I don't want to sit here and say like, oh, it's because, you know, my lady's insecure or whatever. Like, I don't think it's bad. There's a level, right? Like, there's a
Yeah.
level when it's okay and there's a level when it's not okay.
Yeah.
And I've definitely been with people where it's like, yo, you need to chill, like, because
Yeah.
you're starting to go a little cuckoo.
I
Um,
just don't I don't even know, like, do you think it's okay for, like, a wife or to have, like, a guy friend, like, a group of guy friends or a guy friend?
um,
I'm
I
gonna
don't.
get you in trouble. She
Well,
doesn't watch this anyway.
well, I think I know for sure that our feelings are mutual on this, so I'm not too worried about that. So
Who,
I'll
me
tell
and
you
you,
right
or
now.
her and you?
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. Like, my lady would not be cool with me having a friend that's a girl,
Yeah,
for sure. I know that, and I
same.
would say, yeah, I would say for the most part, yeah, no. Like, I'm not interested in that with her even.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Um, like it doesn't bother me. See, and I think that's that line. Like, you're not going to catch me being upset that she works with like a guy and they talk at work or whatever. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not going to be overbearing. Like, I don't care. Also, uh my lady's like obsessed. So, I'm not too worried about that being being an issue. So, she holds me on a pedestal. So there's the red flag.
Mm.
But yeah, I
Uh,
don't know.
yeah. No, I was just curious. Yeah, I think, I'm of a similar, but, like, it can be considered, I mean, people who don't understand, or people who don't
It's
under
controlling.
yeah, they'll throw shade saying that, like, it's, misogynistic, or they're, or, yeah, controlling, or, a dated, like, archaic, like, medieval
Yeah.
value,
The irony there,
Midwestern.
the irony there are those are also the ones who fight that the most and complain about it the most are the ones who are most likely to be experiencing infidelity, are most likely the perpetrator of that infidelity, and they're the people that are saying like all men are dirtbags, blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, so if that's your mentality, right?
Yeah,
Then why wouldn't you take the advice of the thing that understands that the most, right? Like, I am a man. I understand men. You
yeah,
understand men.
yeah,
Therefore, maybe heed my warnings. Like, something can
yeah,
sound immediately fishy to us, and it either is the same amount of fishy to them, but they play it off,
yeah,
or they are just ignorance is bliss. My lady is 100% ignorance is bliss. Like, does not understand if people were to hit on her, like, just like kind, empathetic person, and
yeah.
doesn't see the threat. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you
Mm,
don't see what's going. And they're like, I don't think that's what's going on. It's like 100%, dude, 100%. And
really?
so yeah, she's become more aware of it now, just because I'm like calling it or whatever. But like, yeah, I don't mess with that. And honestly, I'll be honest with you. I won't have um, friends that are girls, not because like I don't know. I don't want to say I don't trust myself, but I am saying like I don't even want the ability. You know what I mean? To like
Yeah.
have that ruin something. Um,
I think
and
it's like you said, like, you don't wanna get to know other people. Like, it
yeah,
leaves the option to, like, have some semblance.
yeah. Well, and also I don't care what anyone says. Like, you can't help your emotions 9 times out of 10. So like saying like, oh, you're not strong enough to whatever. It's like, no, that's not how that works. Especially when you have like testosterone pumping through your blood, like you're 16 years old. Um, but like, and that's part of my SO's thing, and that's why I don't want to say like there's insecurity, because that's 100% on me. She knows me. Like, we didn't date in high school or anything like that, or like
Yeah.
in my early adult life, but she knew me. in high school and my early adult life, and I was
Yeah.
not a great person. You know what I mean? So I don't feel bad about her questioning, like, why are you talking to whatever? Um, unless it goes overboard. And if it goes overboard, like, we have that conversation, like, hey, you're tripping right now.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah.
I think I think my issue, like my personal issue with like having like a wife or a girlfriend having like guy friends, and I'm saying me, like my issue, um, would be the relationship aspect. Like if I had like me and your friends, we have a relationship like that we have fostered into a podcast. You know, like we stream. Like we know we know each other well enough that we know what pisses each other off. We know, uh, like the things that we have in relation to each other, like the things that we have in common. Uh, and I think that especially in, like, high op tempo, like, where, or high stress work environments, it's a problem, like, police, military, nursing, the list goes on, like, especially, like, EMT, stuff like that. Um, like, it can be more of a problem where they work together, but, I think that anytime there's a relationship that gets fostered, it can lead that way because you get to know someone and uh that's the problem, right? And then like I've seen like I had an ex that like they try to justify it by like no, they're just a friend, and it's like yeah, they're just a friend until you get to know them to a certain point, and that decision
And it's
has to be made.
circumstantial. Like,
uh
that's just waiting for the fulcrum to pivot.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Especially trauma bonding. Like, I'm glad you brought that up. Like,
yeah,
people talk about infidelity being high in nurses, especially, but like military, law enforcement,
yeah,
that type of stuff. It's there is such thing as trauma bonding. You know what I mean? Like, your relationship with me and my relationship
yeah,
with you is, I would say, stronger than most because of the trauma bonding.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I
true,
mean? Like, we've seen each other
yeah,
go through some terrible
naked.
shit naked. Yeah,
Hmm.
stomping shower squids, like, you name it. But like, that's part of it. And
Yeah,
would you feel comfortable having that experience with the opposite sex that you are attracted to? It's like, I don't know. That doesn't sound like a good idea to me. So,
no, it doesn't.
you know, like, I'd kiss you on the lips. I
I
mean,
would prefer that than having to explain why someone texted me for advice
yeah,
at
yeah,
8 PM.
100%.
Yeah,
But yeah, like, I don't know. And obviously there's like a proclivity to move into those areas if you have a certain personality, and you're just mixing a bag of
yeah,
not good things together. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
things don't work.
or they just work too well.
Yeah. Yeah. But like, I remember I was in an all male everything in my early years of the military. And I
Mhm.
remember when I first like got to a place where I saw a female for the first time.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And it was terrible. And I'm not even saying like me going after anything. I'm saying it just didn't work.
yeah, like the group, like,
Yeah.
gravitates towards
Yeah.
that.
It was just chaos.
Yeah,
Um, and I would go after any. But yeah, I just better safe than sorry, I guess, is where I'm at with it.
yeah,
And I don't trust other people. It's like, if I have a relationship with my SO, I have a relationship with you. It's like, I'm going to trust, like, I don't trust outside until I
yeah,
know, you know what I mean? Um, Like I'm a assume the worst situation.
Yeah. I think it is weird, like, after all our talks about, like, being able to drop it at the same time, like, our friendship is fostered over, a decade. Whereas, like, yeah, it's like, I've had people that have, like, literally tried to be my friend, and, like, I've given it like, it just didn't jive for me. I gave it 0 effort. I gave it, like, nothing,
Yeah.
and,
Well, and that's the ironic part. Like it's been like what 12 years that
12
we've
years
known
if
each other.
my math off, yeah, over
Um,
a decade.
and it's like I think it's telling where it's like, you know, I could go a year without saying a word to you or
Yeah,
seeing you or talking to you or whatever. And like the better relationships that I've had uh are like that where it's just like it's I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but like and that's kind of a guy thing too. It's like, well,
yeah,
we don't need to we don't need all that.
yeah.
Um
I could hunt and gather by myself.
yeah. But like there's people that I haven't talked to in years that I still consider good friends and I'd have no problem like, "Hey, tomorrow someone can shoot me to save you." You know what I mean? And it wouldn't be like a
Yeah,
second question. So,
yeah.
yeah, it's weird. Weird stuff. I guess I don't need that like face to face, hang out, whatever. Like I don't know when your fucking birthday is.
Like, unless it comes to, like, needing to start a podcast so that way you
Yeah.
can interact with someone weekly.
But we talked about that for years too.
Yeah, true. Well, there you go,
So,
man. You call it.
call it there.
That's a 2-hour sprint. An hour and a half.
Yeah.
Hour 40 minutes.
Cool. Thanks for watching.
You calling it? Join the Discord.
Join the Discord. You got to say your
Yeah.
you got to say your one-liner.
Oh, May?
Yeah.
Peace.